Hello, hello everyone. Please, can you confirm that you can hear me?
Good evening,
Please
sir.
confirm if you can hear me.
Yes,
Good
good
evening,
Yes,
sir.
good
evening.
evening. How are you
Good evening, sir. We
doing?
can hear you.
Good evening, sir. We can
All
hear
right,
you. Sorry,
thank
can
you
hear
very
you.
much. All right, thank you. Thank you so much for joining in early on for the class. Please, I would want, if it's possible, okay, we'll take care of that from our end. We'll be sending reminders into the group to have, so that we can have more people generally joining for this section. I know that we are way more than this number who have registered for this program. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Jiipcc Mentorship and Internship program. I officially want to welcome you to our first and second quarter for 2025. I am very, very happy to have all of you here. So much. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Sorry, please give me a moment. I would will be continuing shortly. All right. So please, if you have your speakers on, please can you kindly mute yourself? Yes, so that your volume or your voice doesn't interrupt the call. All right. So thank you once again for joining in for the much for registering. We are happy to have you here. So first and foremost, I would just like to give you a brief introduction into what Jiipcc is all about. Jiipcc is a virtual online internship designed for young African students and professionals. We have so far been in existence for, I think, about 5 years, holding mentorship session quarterly. We recently switched up and, for moving from a quarterly program to right twice a year. So we have at the start of the year, towards the first, between the first and second quarter, and then towards the third and fourth quarter of the year. So we call it each quarter first and second, and then third and fourth. We've done this to allow for people prepare sufficiently for the program. Sorry about that. Sorry, I went blank for a minute. Okay, please, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Oh, all right. Sorry, my network went off for a bit. Thank you. So I was saying over the course of the next 7 weeks, we are going to be having quite a very interesting mentorship or interesting program. What we have set up is a program where you would get to participate in weekly sessions for 2 hours. You would prepare ahead of the class with a task that will be sent to you right? I've not sent all to all the groups yet, but at least the majority of the groups have already sent the task for next week already. That task is supposed to detail, what you are supposed to do to prepare yourself ahead of the class. The structure in which we have adopted to run this program is, like I said, it's a virtual internship. It's an educational internship. So the idea is to get you to not just come to class and to listen to people talk, right? But to also get you to do research, to also get you to try to know or try to just generally have an idea or a scope of the topics that you'll be treating. That's why we send you the documents, right? And also we send you the weekly schedule so that you know every topic for every week, right? And you know how to prepare accordingly. So the task that is given to you generally is to prepare you ahead of class, right? 2 hours may not necessarily be sufficient time for you to learn everything about the topic, right? And since 2 hours will not necessarily be sufficient to have our mentors come discuss everything, we want the learning process to happen side by side your own participation. So you get to write articles, research and write articles, work together as a team, and then come up with a presentation. This presentation will be submitted or sent to the mentors who will be present for that class, and they will do well to. Sorry, I hope you can all hear me. Sorry about the noise.
Yes. we can hear you.
Oh, all right. So, like I was saying, these presentations that you'll be making will be sent to the mentors. The mentors will review your presentation, the work you have done for the week. They will review it, they will go through it, and during the class, you would do a presentation, a 10 minutes presentation, and then they will give feedbacks to. It is also expected that while you are working on the presentation, you are supposed to come up with questions, right? Questions that will also be sent to the mentors for them to prepare to answer during the class or during the session. So, well, I want you guys to just kindly put it in mind that for every week, at least for the next 6 to 7 weeks, right? For the next 6 to 7 weeks, you will be participating, you would actively be participating in research and presentations. Roles will be assigned and reassigned to different mentees. Roles will be assigned to different mentees for you to participate in a particular task. And I really, really want us to give in our best so that we can get the full outcome of everything, or the very best from everything that's. Okay, somebody's saying no sound. I guess it's from your end, because from my end it's the volume, my speaker seems not to be muted. So sorry, please, can someone else confirm that you can hear me? So sorry about the network breakage.
I can hear you, sir.
Oh, all right, thank you. Sorry, Chinon. So I think it's from your end. So like I was saying, right, you are supposed to do this as you are supposed to work and participate fully in the weekly tasks that will be sent to you. This is to just better help you with your knowledge, to move your knowledge from maybe zero that you may have about the course to a particular level that the mentors can now begin to help, as they will also be trying to give you very solid advice upon which you can take advantage of as regards the topics, right? Our professionals are not just people in the academia, right? They are also people in the business world, right? There are also people in the business world. There are also people in the business world. There are people in all spheres of their professions, right, at the highest level. Okay, I don't know why you people are not hearing me. Wow. If you cannot hear me, right, please, can you just kindly follow the. Okay, if you cannot hear me, please, can you just kindly follow the YouTube link? Maybe it's going to be clearer there. But if we have anybody who can hear me, please just use an emoji to indicate that you can hear me. Please, can you use an emoji to indicate that you can hear me? Okay. Yeah, so we have a few people who can hear me. So I guess if at all you cannot hear me, then it's from your end. So sorry about that. Please kindly switch to the live stream so that you can you can follow through with everything that is happening, or you can try to rejoin. Yeah. So thank you. So like I've said so far, right, it's going to be an interesting 7 weeks. It's going to be an interesting 7 weeks, right? And we expect for you to fully participate and fully give in your time, your efforts, and your concentration. I believe, it's going to be worth it. I will try my possible best, right? Or we will try our possible best to work with you to make sure that the process is seamless and it's easy for you to manage. If at all you have any challenge or any issues, please feel free to reach out to me. I am here to help you in as every bit of capacity as I can, right? I will also be contacting you throughout the course of the program. I'll be reaching out to you if there's a need for that. And then we'll be having discussions. We'll be setting meetings for us to just have a process that is very seamless and we can completely work together without any issues. So moving on, right, I would just like for us to quickly just understand some of the roles that you will be playing over the course of the next 7 weeks as regards the tax, right? We have some people who have been here or who have participated in our mentorship programs, and they have an idea of what our structure looks like, the roles and the tasks you'll be playing over the course of the next 7 weeks. So first and foremost, if you go through the responsibilities that were sent to your group, you have the group leader, somebody who is going to be tagged every week for the role of a group leader. That person generally is to coordinate the activity of his group. For this week, your main duty as a group leader is to create a WhatsApp group for your group members to join in, right? That WhatsApp group is supposed to help you guys facilitate your weekly tasks. So if there are any issues you have within, the group or anything, right, we will not be using the main platform or the main group to have discussions or anything. You can be having your discussions within the subgroup, right? The group leader is to create the group, which is also to add me as an admin in that group, right? So that we can generally work together to ensure that whatever is happening in the group is very professional, and also work is being done. It's not a dormant group that is just created with nothing happening, right? We can see what is going on, and we can also contribute and help in any way that we can, right? So the group leader is to create the group for his team members, add them to the group, and then he's supposed to make submissions or presentations when they are ready, right? So that's the first role that that it's available, that we'll be assigning to different people over the course of the next 7 weeks. And then you have the group compilers or the group compiler or compilers. These people generally who are going to be assigned those who would be responsible for ensuring that the presentation, whatever research that the group has done and has sent to the subgroup, to their subgroup, they compile it, make it into a presentation for the group, right, on behalf of the group. The third role that we have is the role of the presenter. The presenter, as selected for every week, is supposed to carry out weekly presentation for that week. If you are selected as a group presenter, you are the one to make presentation on behalf of your group during the session, right? During the session, you are supposed to make presentation on behalf of your group. The time frame for presentation in class is usually between 7 to 10 minutes, right? So, you are supposed to learn how to be very efficient in your communication, practice and then be able to deliver. So, as much as it's a team effort, the group presenter is supposed to ensure that he prepares himself with the informations on the slide ahead of the session. And then we have like a fourth role called the roles of the backup presenter. So we do have instances where, because of maybe one issue or the other, network issue challenge or the other, the group presenter may not necessarily be able to present in class. it is the role of the backup presenters to step in, right? To step in when there's any network faults, when the group presenter would be unavailable, right? You are supposed to step in. Usually in groups where we have quite a multiple people are standby for the role of backup presenters. So, you are supposed to prepare as well as while the group presenter is preparing, you too, you are supposed to also prepare so that in the instance where the presenter is unavailable or will to carry on that role, then you can always step in. And then we have, some other people, the other members of the group who are not listed within these 4 categories. Those ones for every week, if you are not assigned a role in any week, supposed to do is that you are supposed to write an article. The article you'll be writing will be a pick out from either the main topic, because for some groups we do not share subtopics under their topic. You are supposed to pick out from either the main topic and write an article on it. This article will be submitted to us, and then eventually it will be published on Sorry, I went off again. Yes, sorry, I'm back. My network went off for a bit, but I'm back. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. So, yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you. So, whatever role you have been assigned to during the course of the class, right, you are supposed to follow through. If you have any issues or for any reason you will not be able to comply with the tasks you have been assigned, you are to reach out to me, right? You are to reach out to me with the reason why you'll be unavailable or you will not be able to carry out that task, and then we can find a way to work around it, right? Like I earlier said, please feel free to reach out to me at any point. I am here to help make your learning experience within the program smooth, right? I'm not a tyrant in that sense, right? I'm here to make your experience smooth. Always feel free to reach out to me and we'll always find the best way or a common ground upon which we can work whatever challenge or situation you might be having. So that is that for the roles and responsibilities. There are some other things that are also required of you. Other things which include attendance, right? Attending classes are very, very important. Like I said, it's 2 hours. The stipulated time for class every week is 2 hours, right? So within that 2 hours, you're expected to be in class. And then after the class, an attendance form will be sent to you or will be sent to the group. You are to fill the attendance form after every session. So if you were in class, you have to fill the attendance form. We also have an absent form. So if you were absent for a session, you are also supposed to fill the absence form. Or if you can't fill the absent form, you can always reach out to me, letting me know why you were absent, right? But it is mandatory for you to attend class. Because of some experiences we've had in the past with mentees, obviously, the scheduling for some may not necessarily be the most convenient, right? And we understand that you may not always be available for class. So we do give a grace period for not more than 2 consecutive times where you should be absent. If you are absent for more than 2 consecutive weeks, right, then if after we reach out to you and you are unresponsive or you're irresponsive to our to us, you will most likely take the option of exiting you out of the group or out of the program, right? So this is how serious we take our attendance. Our mentors are from different time zones, right? They will be attending class from different time zones under different conditions. They are going to be sparing their time and their knowledge to better fine-tune us within the course that we have applied for. It is also just experience that we learn to reciprocate by showing all your. So please, if you can mute your screen, please, okay, yeah. All right, so please, like I said, our mentors are coming from different time zones, different parts of Africa, different parts of the world, right? So it's only experience that you reciprocate, your thanks and their own sacrifice on their own end by being present in class, right? By being present in class and following up with the tasks that you are assigned to carry, right? Another thing we take quite serious is posting after each session, right? Normally, you are supposed to would send you in the link or in the list of things that you are supposed to do after every class. One of the things you are supposed to do is to share what you have learned for that session, right? Whether if it be on LinkedIn, Facebook, it is expected that you share what you've learned from the session, just to better also track or just to better help you, right, evaluate that you learned something or you picked out something from, the session that you have attended, right? And then this post that you have made, you are supposed to either drop the link in the group. You are supposed to drop the link in the group, right? Aside from dropping the link in the group, the group is not the main group. The main group that you were added to is not meant for any other form of communication. If you have any issue that you would like to address, please, you can always reach out to me, right? Reach out to me personally, or you can address those issues within. Main group itself is for posting about classes, flyers, the flyers for the classes, the class itself, and also the links to your post-class write-ups, right? Your post-class write-ups. Those are the things that are meant to be on the main group. Outside of that, every other communication that you may have, you are supposed to have it with us. You are supposed to have it directly with me or in your subgroup. Yes. So those are for class, pre-class and post-class. Those are like the major things that is expected from you. Before class, you are expected to complete your tasks, submit when due. While in class, you are expected to be in session for every session, and then post-class, you are expected to fill out the attendance, and also you're expected to fill out the attendance and also share what you have learned on your different social media platform and post the links within the group. You have to do this every week until the end of the program. So we have quite a lot of mentees for this quarter from different parts of Africa that have registered, and I'm sure, the experience is going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. If you put in the efforts, if you put in the energy, right, it's going to be worth it. Some of what we have tried to do is to ensure that you get to properly network with not just each other, with the other mentees that you are going to be interacting with. We also give you the opportunity to also network with your mentors. Our mentors are very wonderful people and are open to having you reach out to them privately, right? You can always reach out to them. If you need their emails, you can reach out to us, and then we'll ask for permission. If they are free to want to give that information out, then you can reach out to them privately or personally. You can connect with them on LinkedIn, right? Build the necessary networking that you need to help you on this journey that you have decided to embark on, right? That you have decided to embark on. What else? Yes, in week 7, after the end of the program, like we started, I think 2 quarters ago, we designed an exam-like kind of structure. It has not been a very well, a very bulky exam in that sense where you get to, write. No, it's just generally a quiz-like kind of structure to just better help us evaluate, how well you have learned during the course of the program, right? So we have a few questions that, from every week a few questions from every week. You will answer the quiz, and then we'll grade you, and then send the marks back to you for you to review, right? Everything that you'll be doing within the program will be graded, right? Your attendance will be graded, your postings will be graded, your paying attention to your contribution or participation in class will also be looked at. Just everything that you do within this program will be taken note of, right? We'll be taking note of, and we'll be looking at it, in the instance where, what we have done to reward, some students who have come out to as either the best performing mentee or the most active, is that we have both offered them, a scholarships to like retake the program, to take any course of their choice, right, for free, getting their certificates for free, and also sending them an extra certificate indicating that, they performed excellently well. We are looking forward to building it to such a point where, it is more rewarding for those who actively participate in the program and who are putting in the efforts and the work to ensuring that, they on their own end are taking advantage of the structure that we have set out. Like I said, it's an educational internship, it's virtual, right? So we want you to take full advantage of it. Do not hold back with your questions. Make sure to ask questions. Make sure to ask questions. In class, we have a special session that is designed for you to ask questions, right? When that time comes, right, do not hold back from asking questions. Our mentors look forward to those sessions because it's in those sessions where we get to hear some of the things that they might not have given in their lecture, right? So while they were discussing about the topic, maybe there was a point where that they did not discuss, and you probably find or you read about it within your research. You can always ask that question, and I'm sure they will do well to help you answer that question accordingly. So please let it be a habit and something that we make a practice of to ask questions during sessions, right? Please ensure that you are on time for each session. As you could see, once it was 4 o'clock, we already started this particular call, right? And it's going to be like that subsequently in every class. Once it is time, right, we do not waste time. Once it's time, right, the call starts and you are supposed to join in, and the class is already underway, right? We try as much as possible to keep to time or to stick to time so that it doesn't just overly become lengthy. So please, once it's time for class, don't delay. Just make sure that you are present when you need to be. Yeah, so after you are done with the program, we have our alumni groups, right, which will be added to. You can get other updates. We do share updates within the group about potential opportunities that you can take advantage of. If you have needs in terms of recommendations, if you have needs in terms of, you are looking for recommendation letters, you're looking for opportunity slots, you can always reach out to us, somebody to stand in for you, as a ref. We can always stand to vouch that you have participated in our program, but obviously you have to follow through on the rules so that we can give you proper representation for you to whatever institution, whether if it be school or work that you are looking to advance your. We are here for you. So irrespective of the fact that you are done with the program, you've completed your 7 weeks, right? You are still family to us, right? You can always reach out to us. You can always get through to us, and we'll try to help you in as any form or any way that. My other team members are not here currently. Some of them, you will be hearing from them throughout the course of the program. We have moderators, different moderators for each sessions. I would maybe most likely be a very common be seeing throughout the session, but we have a moderating team that will be carrying out, will be helping us moderate sessions with us. All right, sorry, I went off again. Yeah, sorry, but I'm back. I went off, but I'm back. So now I want to give us an opportunity for us to ask questions. I'm sure, over the course of, the messages we've sent, and there are some things that you might be seeing that you don't really understand, or, might be a little bit confusing, right? If you need clarity on anything, you can just kindly ask me now, and I will do well to help answer those questions. So please, does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Yes. Good evening. My name is Chinonso.
Yes,
I'm
good
on the
evening, Shina.
artificial intelligence.
So Chino, so sorry, your network isn't so good.
Can you hear?
Chino,
Can you hear me now?
we can't. Okay, yeah, I can hear you better now.
Okay. So I know that you said that people that are not presenting, are not compiling, and they're not also but they're in the group project, but it's for everybody that will be giving topics to work on articles. I know you said something along the way by saying that topics might not be given like distributed, but you can pick a topic from what you're working on. I don't understand how that one works.
All right,
Can you hear me?
so yeah, I can hear you. I got the question. So thank you for that question. So in some groups we have subtopics, right? You said you're in the artificial intelligence group, right? So within the topic for week one, I guess the topic for week one was introduction into artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. Another that for group one we had some subtopics. And then for group two, we also had some subtopics under that. The group as a whole is supposed to use all of that subtopic and the main topic to work on their presentation, right? That is for the subtopics that were assigned to your group. But if you are not working, you are not the group leader, you are not the compiler, you have been assigned to write articles. You write an article, you are supposed to pick from one of that subtopic, right, and write on, right? You are supposed to pick on it. So for instance, if the topic is on decentralized finance, for instance, the main topic is artificial intelligence, introduction to artificial intelligence and emerging technology, and one of the subtopics is introduction to research. You are supposed to research on introduction to decentralized finance, right? You are then supposed to now pick that topic, right, and then research on it and write an article on it. Yeah, I hope this was clear.
Yes, thank you so much. It was clear. Then I wanted to find out again, are there any rules in guiding the article, or you just write general way of writing articles, normal writing articles? Is there any pattern or any way we're supposed to follow in writing the articles?
Yes, so basically for writing articles, what is just expected of you is to write the article in Word formats using Word, right? Microsoft Word, or just generally under Word formats. It's easier for us to edit because we would, like I said, we would be editing, we'll be looking at your articles, editing them before posting, right? So what the other edits, we'll be making, but for things like word counts, arrangements. We'll be doing that from our end. So you just need to write. We have, a structure on which we follow to edit and post articles. So, that is, you can just leave that to us. Your goal or your primary assignment is to write is to just write the article.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So I can see some questions in the chat box, right? So you can also ask questions in the chat box. You can raise your hand, indicate if you have questions, and then I'll just try to respond to the questions I've sent so far. So one of the questions here is, so for people that didn't get assigned a duty, you said we have to write articles. Is it weekly as well, or one article for the duration of the program? So it's weekly. Every week the roles will be rotated, right? So you may be writing an article this week and may not be writing an article next week. But from what the structure we have, you will most likely be writing more articles than not, right? So you are not writing just one general article. You'll be writing articles subsequently, as are assigned that task or assigned that role. But if you have not been assigned to write an article, then you are not obligated to write an article. We have instances where some mentees still want to write articles even when they've been assigned, assigned a duty or assigned a role. If that is the case, right, you feel free, you can write your article, right? You can write and you can post, you can submit to the article link, right? But we do not generally if you are carrying out a role or responsibility, then you must write an article. So that's that for that question. And someone is asking, can two people write on the same subtopic? Yes, right. You can. Your goal is just to pick a subtopic, more than two people, because we have quite a number of people, right? So obviously people will write on the same subtopics. Yes, another question here is, do we get credits for our written articles when you post? So yeah, when you make submissions for your articles, in part of our assessments for the end of the program, what we'll be looking at is the consistency of your posts, of your article submission, right? The consistency of your article submission. So if you were supposed to write article 3 times and you wrote those articles, those 3 articles, right, then you get the full credits for writing the 3 articles. But if you don't, for instance, let's say you were supposed to write 3 but you wrote 2, right, we have a metrics by which we use to deduce or award marks based off of the number of articles that you wrote. So yeah, when you write and you submit articles, you get credits for that. So how do we choose subtopics? How do we choose topics for the article? Okay, so it's going to be stated the topics that is assigned to your group, right? The topic that is assigned to your group. The topics that are assigned to your group are already, sorry, please give me a moment. Sorry about that. The topics that are assigned to your particular groups are where you are supposed to pick. If there are subtopics, right, then you are supposed to pick a subtopic from there. But if there's no subtopic, then write overall on the main topic. That is that for that question. 1 minute. I'm still looking through some of the questions. Okay, can two people co-author an article? So we have a scenario in the IP group. So in the IP group, we have quite a number of people under the IP group. So instead of 2 groups, as in the other groups, as in the other courses, in the IP group we have 4, right? We have 4 groups. So two groups for each week are going to be working on presentation, right? And then in the 2 groups are going to be working on presentation, and the other 2 groups, you'll be paired, right? You'll be paired with another person to write an article. But except if it is indicated that way, we do not, except if we indicated or we indicate that you have been paired, right, to write an article with someone, then you are not supposed to write an article. You can send your article to your friend to help review the article on your behalf. You can also send it to your team members. They can help you review your article, make necessary adjustments or corrections where they feel they can make. But except if it is clearly stated that you are to pair with somebody to write an article, then you are not to. So yeah, that's for that question from Bright. The next question here is, I observed that from week 5 downwards, we have changed of dates and time for the program. I hope it doesn't affect those in 2 classes that are doing 2 different Jiipcc programs. Okay, so yes, in week 6, we have specialized sessions in week 6. From week 1 to week 5, you'll be directly dealing, or you'll be directly treating courses as related to the subjects. You'll be directly treating topics that are directly related to the subjects or the course that you have registered for. But in week 6, we have specialized general sessions, which we will start on Thursday. The first being human rights and business, right? The second being the African Continental Free Trade Area. The third being fundraisings, and then lastly civil writings. Generally you are supposed to attend all of these. If you are in 2 different class, your 1 attendance covers for it, right? It's a general class. Yes, okay, somebody sent me a private message. Okay, please do well to reach out to me, and then I will look into the matter about your friend. Thank you. Okay, how will the presentation go? Basically, the presentation, we can always have a discussion about that. You can reach out to me to have a discussion about that. But basically, the presentation is 7 minutes, where you're supposed to speak to your slides based off of what the group has researched and put into presentations. Into the presentation, the group presenter is going to now speak to the slides. You're not supposed to read the presentation. Like, you're supposed to take out the main points, seeing that what is in the slides, you've gone through it, you prepared and you practice, and then you just give us a summary of the work that your group has put into it. You present in 7 to 10 minutes. You make your presentation based on the time that was allocated. Based on, right, you try to stick to the time so that we don't spend the whole day listening to your presentation. Okay, here a question from Aishat. You are a backup presenter. You don't need to submit an article. Right? When you are to submit an article, you'll be listed with those who are to make submissions for article. Okay, someone is complaining about the IP class. So I really understand. I really understand that the timing may not necessarily be favorable for all of us, right? The timing may not necessarily be favorable, but there is, we can correct. We have we've looked at the timetable, and it's just the best. It's sorry about the breaking network again. So I am back. Oh, okay. I can't see some of the messages that were sent. But please, if you are going to be having issues with the timing for your class, please reach out to me and let's try to figure out how best we can help you. But we've already sent the time. We've already to the mentors. We've already sent out the time that for those classes they'll be preparing with that time frame in mind, right? So please, if you are going to have an issue with the timing for your class, reach out to me. Let's discuss about how to do that or how to go about it. So there is a question here. It says, please, the subgroup, is it a weekly thing, or will we will be in the same we will be in same ones till the end of the program? So yes, you'll be in the same group to the end of the program. For instance, if you were put in group one, then you will be in group one from now to the end of the program. Your roles within group one will be rotating, right? But you'll be in group one from the start to the end of the program. So yes, um, I think at this point, I really, really want to encourage us, right? I know that, as time keeps going, it may become a little bit more difficult trying to keep up with tasks and everything. We've noticed it subsequently from previous quarters. At the start of the program, there's a lot of energy, that mentees put into, the program. But as the program begins to wind down, especially towards the end, the motivation is not so much there anymore, right? But we understand. But then, the idea is that you are supposed to learn, right? And you are here to learn, right? You are here to make yourself better, and whatever it takes for you to achieve that, we expect for you to do that. Like I've been saying throughout the course of this call so far, please reach out to me if you are having any issue, right? I'm here to help make the program better or easy for you. I'm here to ensure that you're participating fully, to ensure that you are getting the best value for the course that you have applied for. Um, okay, I can see more questions. Someone is asking, can I change from one program to another before the program fully starts? I think you can reach out privately to me for that matter. If that is something that is doable, I consider it something that is doable, then we may make room for that. But if it isn't, I will let you know. Okay, so we have other questions here. Question is it okay? Is it okay to join different subgroups as created on the main WhatsApp group? No, you are supposed to be in just one, right? And if yes, I still have some. Okay, so you've been added to one particular course, the course you applied for, especially if you applied through the free registration, right? You have been granted permissions to register or to be in one course, right? Except if you want to change from the current one, that's except if you want to change from the current course, that's when we can now begin to look at that, if it's possible for us to move you from that class to another class. Because with presentations, we're working on presentations, you'll be in multiple groups. If we have all that, it's going to be hard to keep track of the mentees in different groups, except where we have made provisions for that. So yeah. And then the final question, are you have individuals been assigned roles? Okay, yeah, I think there are 3 courses where we've not sent out the tasks for the week. I will do that before the end of today, right? I will also try to follow up with the group leaders so that at least before the end of today, the WhatsApp group, your subgroups should have been created, and then people can get to work and start working on the presentation so that there's no delay when it is now time to submit. In ADR are the people that may have it a little bit difficult, saying that their first class is on Wednesday and they will need to submit on Tuesday, so they have a lot of work ahead of them. I will try my possible best to reach out to that we can begin to find better ways to start work. We can just better start work. Sorry, the interruptions. I'm trying to also look at the questions on the group, so you can just get to start work. The other questions here: can we change us from Zoom to Google Meets? Currently, no. The Google Meets, that's the Zoom platform that we use, is paid for, right? This is a paid platform, and we've been using this for years. I think, except otherwise, we would except where we need to change to Google Meets. But for now, this is a platform we are using, right? So please kindly bear with us. Maybe when we find, or if Google Meets seems to be a more efficient platform for us, then we may make that switch. But for now, Zoom has been or is the platform that we are currently using, and that's what we'll be using for this quarter. Okay, how can you get back to me? So yeah, I'm the one that has been sending messages in the group since morning, right? So please, you can always just send a direct message to me. You can save my name. My name is Dennis Williams. You can save it as program coordinator or just Jiipcc mentor or something, right? Something that helps you recognize that I am the one. Well, I've been the one sending messages since the start of the program. So yeah, I'm the person you are supposed to reach out to. So do we have live questions? Do we still have live questions? People who want to ask live questions? At least so far so good. Or have treated majority of the questions on the chat box. Do we still have live questions to ask? Do we have live questions to ask? Okay. Okay, so you're saying something? Yes, Emauda, right? Emauda, can you hear me? Okay, so please, I want to use this opportunity to kindly ask of us, please, as much as it's possible, as much as possible, right? If you notice that your network is having issues, right, please try to find somewhere within your environment where the network is a bit stable, and use that to attend classes, right? And also use that to, if you have been assigned to present, and use that to handle presentations, so that you don't have the case where you want to say something and we can't hear you or anything like that. Yes. So for the subgroup, right, that you create, yes, you have to add me. I would want to monitor what is going on in the group, and try to follow up if nothing is happening, or for instance, you people are delaying on work, to try to find out why work is being delayed, and get to also talk to the group as a whole. We can schedule meetings. I can schedule meeting with the whole group, and then we can just generally talk. And if there are issues to address, then we can address those issues. A question is, the schedule and responsibility seems overwhelming, especially for employed young lawyers. Is there any special consideration for people whose schedules may still their ability to participate effectively in the course. Okay, I think I have earlier said that what you are supposed to do, because of the fact that we've looked at the timetable, we've looked at the scheduling, and this is like the best period for us to have this mentorship, and the time frames that we've set
It's all those ones that are popular.
is the most
It's all those
convenient.
ones that are popular that everybody likes.
The most convenient for us right now. So if at all you are going to be struggling with the scheduling, please reach out to me. There are those special considerations. Yes, there may be special consideration for you. We can just try to find a way to better help you, so that you can participate in class, follow up with class, and then you are also doing what you are supposed to do over the course of the program. Okay, there's somebody asking if there's room to join another group if one seems they can cope taking two programs at a go. If you registered for two programs, right, then yes. Well, if you didn't, then no, right? If you didn't register for two programs, then no. Do we have more questions? Oh, okay. So to your group, I sent the schedule to your group, the topics and the time to your group. If you look through the WhatsApp group, I think earlier today I posted the weekly class, the times for the weekly class, and also the topics that you'll be dealing in those class, right? So that's what you'll be looking at. But of the overall program schedule, Ross. All right. So if there are no more questions, been able to answer your questions. We've been on this call for almost an hour right now. And yeah, I've been talking quite a lot and also responding to questions. So basically, the idea for the onboarding session is to just give you an introduction. You can get to see me, right? You can get to see me and know that you are not speaking to an AI or something in that manner, right? We are real people, right? We are here to help you navigate your way through the course of this. Sorry once again about the network. It seems to be quite chaotic. But thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I'll be making, if at all there's anything I've not yet said, or any matter I have not yet addressed on the call, right, I will do well to try to address it in the group. Like I said, once again, feel free to always reach out to me. If for peradventure, maybe because of the number of messages I'm getting, I do not respond to you the first time, put a call through on WhatsApp to me. I will try my possible best to attend to you in soonest possible time, right? Or if you can, then you can also reach out to my colleague, right? You can reach out to Sophie. Sophie is unavoidably absent for this call. I wish you could see her, but if you read the welcome message, you can see that I tagged her there, right? You can always reach out to her and to the other people I tagged on the welcome message, right? Thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you so much. I really, really believe that we'll be able to facilitate a very wonderful experience for you all, right? You get the worth of the time and effort you put into this program. We are set for you. I hope you're also set to really, really enjoy, what we have put in store for you, or we have prepared for you in this program. So I wish you a lovely evening. Please do enjoy the rest of your evening. Like I said, please reach out to me if you still have any questions. Thank you. Okay, so because I was logged out, I'm not the main host. I cannot end the meeting. So Precious, if you can hear me, please can you kindly end the meeting or end the call?